女士们、先生们，2024中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛开幕式现在开始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony of Cup of China ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating 2024 starts now.
女士们、先生们，让我们欢迎出席开幕式的各位领导和嘉宾。
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome all the dignitaries.
国际滑联代表理事玛利亚·特蕾莎·萨马兰奇女士。中国花样滑冰协会主席申雪女士。重庆市政府副市长旦彦征先生。国家体育总局冬季运动管理中心副主任王春露女士。重庆市体育局党组成员、副局长石祥珍先生。重庆市巴南区委书记何有生先生。重庆市巴南区委副书记、区政府区长钟涛先生。重庆市巴南区人大常委会党组书记、主任刘永全先生。重庆市巴南区政协党组书记、主席何有德先生。重庆市巴南区委常委、宣传部部长舒朝斌先生。
我进门吧。
女士们、先生们，请全体起立，奏唱中华人民共和国国歌。
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China.
请坐。
Please be seated.
有请中国花样滑冰协会主席申雪女士为2024中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛致欢迎词。
Please welcome Ms. Shen Shui, President of Chinese Figure Skating Association, to deliver a welcome speech.
尊敬的萨马兰奇女士，尊敬的严征副市长，女士们、先生们，大家晚上好。值此2024中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛开赛之际，我非常荣幸地代表中国花样滑冰协会和赛事组委会，热烈欢迎各位花样滑冰的运动员、教练员、裁判员和广大冰迷朋友们的到来，对所有关注中国杯并支持中国花样滑冰事业发展的朋友们表示至诚的谢意。北京冬奥会、冬残奥会的成功举办，推动了中国冰雪运动跨越式发展。后冬奥时代践行北京冬奥精神，推动项目高质量发展，重任在肩。协会将积极丰富赛事供给，搭建各类全民共享赛事活动平台，助力提升中国花样滑冰运动竞技水平。中国杯从2003年首次来到中国以来，已经成功地举办了18次，其中有3次在重庆举办。热情如火的山城重庆，在11月将再次迎来全世界各国的花样滑冰健儿，期望他们的精彩表现点燃山城人民对于冰雪运动的热情，为这座活力之城再添锦绣。感谢为此次赛事付出宝贵时间和精力的工作人员、媒体朋友们、志愿者，感谢一直来关注支持花样滑冰运动的冰迷朋友们，是你们帮助中国花样滑冰事业不断前行。在此预祝2024年中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛取得圆满成功，预祝所有参赛选手赛出水平取得佳绩。谢谢大家。
有请重庆市巴南区委书记何永生先生致辞。
Please welcome Mr. Hyungyeom Kim, Secretary of the CPC Banan District Committee, to deliver a speech.
尊敬的严征副市长、马亚女士、申雪主席、春露副主任、各位来宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家晚上好。今天我们又一次相聚在美丽的重庆巴南，举行2024年中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛开幕式。在此，我谨代表巴南区和120万巴南人民，向各位运动员、 教练员、裁判员和各位领导、各位来宾表示热烈的欢迎，向支持巴南冰雪赛事发展的国际滑联、国家体育总局、中国花滑协会和广大媒体朋友、社会各界人士表示衷心的感谢。巴南区是重庆中心城区面积最大的行政区，前身是千年的历史名邑巴县。巴南人文底蕴厚重，山水风光秀美，区位优势突出，产业基础坚实，发展空间和潜力巨大。近年来，巴南区深入贯彻落实习近平总书记关于带动3亿人参与冰雪运动的重要指示精神，大力发展冰雪项目，积极承办冰雪赛事，推动冰雪运动与文化、旅游、商贸深度融合发展。今年是中国杯世界花样滑冰大赛第4次在巴南举办，我们将竭尽全力为参赛运动员、教练员、裁判员和各位来宾提供优质、暖心、高效的服务。巴南区将以本次大奖赛为契机，用心办好观赛事、赏美景、品美食、跟着赛事去旅行的多项活动，邀请大家走进巴南，品味巴南，畅游巴南，逛千年古镇，泡养生温泉，住巴县老院子，游美丽乡村，到街头巷尾感受巴心巴长巴南人的热情好客。最后，预祝所有参赛运动员超越自我，赛出风采，赛出佳绩。预祝大奖赛取得圆满成功。衷心祝愿所有来宾在巴南留下美好的回忆。谢谢大家。
有请国际滑联代表理事玛利亚·特蕾莎·萨马兰奇女士致辞。
Please welcome Ms. Maria Teresa Samaranch, ISU representative and council member, to deliver a speech.
你好，官兵朋友。On behalf of the International Skating Union, I want to welcome all of you to the Cup of China ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating 2024 here in Chongqing. ISU wants to thank, first of all, the Chinese Figure Skating Association, Chinese Winter Sport, and the Administration of Sport of Chongqing, and the Banan District for the organization of this Grand Prix, the last Grand Prix before the final in Grenoble this year. Also, we want to thank the organizing committee, the volunteers, the media, for the effort that bring us to be here today together. Referees, judges, controllers, we wish you a good work in this important competition. Spectators, here and at home, enjoy the competition and learn more about our beautiful sport. Finally, the athletes and their teams, we wish you a smooth and successful competition. Best luck and excellent results to all of you. And last but not least, enjoy this beautiful city of Chongqing. Huang Ying, Laita, Chung Go Pei. 谢谢。
有请重庆市政府副市长段彦征先生宣布2024中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛开幕。
Please welcome Mr. Dan Yanzheng, Vice Mayor, Chongqing Municipal Government, to announce the opening.
我宣布，2024中国杯世界花样滑冰大奖赛 开幕，开赛。
女士们、先生们，看比试到此结束，感谢你的观看。我们将在19点进行男单段剑和比赛，敬请期待。
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the opening ceremony. Coming up is the men's short program starting at 7 p.m. Please stay with us. Thank you. will start the men's short program. Please stay with us.
女士们、先生们，我们即将进行的比赛项目是男单短节目，敬请期待。
Welcome back to the Hyangyeom Culture and Sports Centre for the 6th and final stop of the International Skating Union's Grand Prix of Figure Skating. The Cup of China 2024 is already underway. We've seen the start of the ice dance and the women's competition with Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri winning the rhythm dance and Mona Chiba from Japan winning the women's short program. This incredible arena, which opened about 6 years ago at a cost of over $500 million US, is now looking forward to seeing Boyang Jin take to the ice, the Chinese skating star so popular in China. There we see the start order for the men's short program, which confirms the sad withdrawal of Canada's Wesley Chu. He sustained an injury in practice to his ankle. Unfortunately couldn't continue with his practice yesterday, and upon attempts to skate earlier today, unable to continue with the competition. So we send all our very best wishes to Wesley as he hopefully advances towards the Canadian National Championships in early 2025. There, the judges who have travelled the globe to be here to support the sport and support the athletes and their teams. And their confirmation that members of the technical panel presided over the women's event as well. And they're responsible for deciding the levels of the elements attempted in this short program and the rotations done on the 3 jumping passes. And those 3 jumping passes will be incredibly important in deciding the results of this upcoming event. We look forward to seeing which of the skaters will achieve potential qualification to the final. As first sight of Boyang Jin, the ever popular Chinese skater, gets ready to take to the ice. Daiwei Dai, the first of the 3 Chinese men competing, followed by Yudong Chen. The men using more and more of the ice as they're introduced to the arena. As Hyungyeom Kim from Korea is introduced. Warms up his axle takeoffs. And then delight for the fans to see Boyang Jin. And now the final competitor in this group following the withdrawal of Wesley Chu, Deniss Vasilevs.
Skater number 3, Wesley Chu from Canada, has withdrawn due to medical reasons.
Confirmation there of the withdrawal of Wesley Chu, and so disheartening and disappointing for any of the athletes, particularly following such travel and commitment to competing, and also in light of the fact that the Grand Prix assignments really are a prestigious occasion, and submarring the entrance from the home nation, these are an invitational only competition, and that's why we're going to be treated to some of the absolute best skaters in the world. As we look to Daiwei Dai, who will be ready, hopefully, to embrace every part of being on the ice with some of the world's best. He is the 2023 Asian Open Trophy champion. And he, last March, moved to Harbin to train at the Heilongjiang Winter Sports Training Center. As we look at his countrymate, Yudong Chen, 20 years of age, and he's been skating since the tender age of just 3 years old. Lifelong commitment to his craft as he warms up with double axel. And Yudong Chen was 8th at the World Junior Championships in 2023. And having been a medalist at Junior Grand Prix assignments, Yudong Chen will be hoping to move up towards podium contention at the Senior Grand Prix. So from the 8th place participant at the 2023 Junior Worlds to the skater who finished 6th at that same event, Hyungyeom Kim. He moving up to take part in Senior Grand Prix, having competed at the Junior Grand Prix final last year. He was 2nd at Junior Grand Prix final in Beijing 11 months ago. And he is a youth Olympic champion. And that was the first Olympic medal for a Korean man in figure skating. As you look to undoubtedly the most popular athlete on the ice, Boyang Jin, former 4 continents champion, former world medalist. And now, after so much injury, so much disappointment and frustration, he continues to return to the competitive arena because, as he has said now numerous times to the press, he simply loves figure skating, and we love him all the more for it. The winner in the Grand Prix de France of the short program, but then, somewhat tragically, was the penultimate skater, being 11th of 12 in the free skate. So hoping for consistency across the 2 programs in his home Grand Prix. As we look to Deniss Vasilevs, another incredibly popular athlete. Deniss completed his master's degree in leadership and in management in the summer of this year, and his master's thesis was about effective leadership in Latvian figure skating, as we see him work through triple axel. And his studies were aiming to increase numbers competing in international figure skating, with a vision that some of the world's best training could take place in his nation that he so proudly represents. And that just gives you an indication of his commitment, not just to his own skating, but to the development of figure skating in his country. And indeed, Deniss has acknowledged that he has had to travel the world to outsource the best information that he can to enhance his own chances. Really wants to offer the next generation of Latvian skaters the chance to learn from some of the best within their own country. As we see Boyang just perhaps hedging his bets regarding the jump combination, on that occasion doing triple lutz, triple toe. Now for an athlete like Boyang Jin, that could be warm up for quad lutz, triple toe, because we know that he has done that. He was indeed the first ever man to land quad lutz, triple toe. Or given his variability in form at present, perhaps he will have a simpler planned program content to guarantee a cleaner skate. In previous events, Boyang Jin, unlike others, can make a decision on what jumping passes to use within this 6-minute warm-up, whereas there are other athletes who will be resolutely committed to whatever was done in practice. We look forward to seeing what will transpire, but certainly the home support will hopefully buoy him on. And then in the next group, we will be treated to seeing the return of Siao Him Fa and Shun Sato, 2 of the most favoured men to take the final couple of spots. There are 3 spots already guaranteed mathematically to have been taken of the 6 at the final, with 3 up for grabs potentially, and the results here will confirm or deny participation. As we see Hyungyeom Kim working through quad toe loop. Now time for some of the skaters in the closing seconds of the warm-up to just assess the spins. Whereas Deniss Vasilevs continues to work on the quad sakwa jump that has notoriously been inconsistent for him at best. He now has the longest break before returning to perform.
From People's Republic of China, Daiwei.
Well, not long ago, we saw Yi Zhu from the home nation start the women's short program, and she had a wonderful near personal best skate. Now, in this men's event, Daiwei Dai kicks off proceedings. We wish him the same success as his compatriot in the women's competition. Fantastic start for Daiwei Dai, quad toe, triple toe to open the program. Followed up by a very positive grade of execution triple lutz. Brilliant short program being delivered by Daiwei Dai, triple axel as well. Well, that was not just a wonderful way to start the men's short program, but also a big surprise in the delivery from Daiwei Dai, representing China. He competed at this event a year ago. He was 11th of the competitors there. And he comes into this event with a personal best short program, certainly at an ISU event, of 66 points. This, with its quad toe, triple toe combination, triple axel, is a quantum leap ahead of what we've seen from him at an ISU event before. And a great chance to see the angle, including the judges who sit ringside, currently hard at work inputting the scores for this performance. And not only did Daiwei Dai from China have success with the jumping passes, but the change foot camel spin was so impressive. Glorious positioning and speed with rotation within the spin as well. So a positive tech score there too. And now a great chance to see the speed into the jumping passes. See the left outside 3-turn, reaching back and generating so much height and distance. And such a calm timing into the triple toe loop as well. So the sensed real composure. The triple lutz technique is really superb. The outside edge on takeoff and on the landing, representing brilliant quality. Here, camel spin feature rocking onto the right forward inside edge that I featured as he grabs the blade with the other. And now, triple axel. You can see a little change of edge there and a little tight on the running edge, so that least quality of the 3 jumps, but nevertheless, he still adds to the grade of execution on the whole from the judges positively. And the crowd here will be primarily mindful of Boyang Jin, but hopefully now Daiwei Dai will garner some traction in China for men's figure skating as well.
The scores, please. Daiwei has earned 82.96 points for the short program.
82.96, a score that isn't too far off what Boyang Jin posted in France to lead the field at that event. He leads for now. And now Yudong Chen has a tough act to follow. But the 20-year-old has quality of skating for sure. He will skate to the music Lose Control by Teddy Swims.
Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you?
Another stellar start from a Chinese man, that was Quad-Sako.
Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know how to control when you're not
A little tight on the landing of the triple axel into the butterfly entry for the flying camel. Yudong Chen sticks the landing of the triple flip, triple toe combination.
when you're not here with me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
Well, Yudong Chen follows the success of Daiwei Dai, and the two less celebrated Chinese men's skaters in this event absolutely living up to any pressure of competing in a home Grand Prix by delivering brilliant performances in their short program. You may have spotted in the top left-hand corner of this screen some of the feedback from the technical panel and the judges pertaining to the elements for Yudong Chen. Not quite as successful as that of Daiwei Dai, but nevertheless opening with the Quad-Sako, showcasing a really strong future for Chinese men who will be eager now to push for top 10 in the world type of placement, remembering that the participation of 3 Chinese men in this event is largely because it's the host nation Grand Prix. But Yudong Chen putting down a performance that justifies his presence alongside the best. 32.4 kilometers per hour, the speed with which Yudong Chen took into this quad salco. And just like Daiwei Dai, a sense of expectation, not fazed by the pressure of the occasion. Also like Daiwei Dai, tighter though on the comparatively easier triple axel than the quad. And here, good reach back to make triple flip. And then losing speed, just about pulling the right back outside edge back on the triple toe. And understanding that each of the jumping passes will have that grade of execution input by the judging panel. So 9 judges deciding on the scale of -5 to +5 how good these elements are and the impact of that on their technical element score. And as we look ahead to the likes of Shun Sato, we can expect to see even greater running edge on all of the landings to push those higher grades of execution.
Has earned 77.73 points for the short program.
So Yudong Chen achieved a 77.73. And he moves into 2nd place behind Daiwei Dai.
From Republic of Korea, Kim Hyungyeom.
Well, coach Hyungyeom Kim has already seen Hyungyeom Kim compete in the women's event, one of our students. Now it is the turn of Hyungyeom Kim, the Youth Olympic champion, skating to the track Amuse-Bouche by Colin Stetson. Quads continue to come, quad toe. Clean skates continue. That time triple toe combination. Hyungyeom delivering good awareness of the music throughout the step sequence and the transitions. The 18-year-old from Seoul, Hyungyeom Kim from Korea, showcasing another clean skate. So far, so good in this men's event. And Hyungyeom Kim not just delivering with the technical element score, but also good musicality in a program I believe to have been choreographed by Stéphane Lambiel, who he worked with in Champéry in Switzerland throughout the summer to try to boost the program component scores. And Hyungyeom Chi, I believe the same coach he's had since 9 years of age. Such commitment from coach to support the development of the athletes to this level of competition. You can just see that the quad toe had a landing slightly under rotated, so that has a pretty big implication on the score for Hyungyeom Kim. What was an otherwise clean skate will now not be reflected so much so in the score. Percentage of the value based on that eagle-eyed spotting from the technical panel will take the score significantly down. And furthermore, that the fortunate position we're in with 3 clean skates thus far allows us to differentiate what will be the differences truly between these men. And Hyungyeom Kim does not have the speed showcase that we saw from the current leader Daiwei Dai, or indeed Yudong Chen. So the starting point for the program components will be lower, more likely to be in the mid-6s range than the 7s that we saw from the others. And Hyungyeom Kim will spend much of his training time in Seoul, where the Korean skating team all train together. Different coaches working with different athletes, but they have that training base with which to push one another. And Hyungyeom Kim hoping, as the Youth Olympic champion, to go on and follow in the footsteps of Junwon Cha, who went on to become the first Korean man to medal at the Senior World Championships.
Has earned 67.76 points.
Just a 67.76. That reflection on some issues with rotation that were spotted following the performance by the tech panel, and that's why he finds himself 10 points adrift. He'll get that feedback ahead of the free skate tomorrow when we see him compete again. And now to one of China's greatest skating stars, Boyang Jin, winner of the short program in the Grand Prix de France. And this is short program to the music Fought and Lost by Sam Ryder, which is to depict the highs and lows of his career, as we hope for another high when he competes at the Cup of China 2024. Quad toe on the lyric, congratulations. How perfect.
This devastation is our making, but we've never tasted this much bitterness before. And everybody falls, but some
And the triple axel.
want to fight and fight and fight some more. So we will see you here. Same time, same place next year. You can take this battle, 'cause we're gonna win the war. Better to have fought and lost than never fought at all.
Perhaps a little under-rotated on the landing of the second part of the combination, triplets with triple toe. Well, delight for the audience who are now showering the ice with support of Boyang Jin. The flower girls and boys will have to work incredibly hard to clear the ice in sufficient time for this hugely popular skater in China. Boyang Jin, his resume, quite incredible. I just said 4 continents champion, twice a world bronze medalist. He has been pivotally involved in the increased technical expectations of men's skating. But now, he is more celebrated for the emotional commitment that we see seeping into more and more his performances. And this performance, as I said, the choreography by Joey Russell, to celebrate and acknowledge some of the challenges that he's faced with injury over time, as we see the opening quad toe landing on the right back inside edge as he fights to sustain the landing. Judges will almost feel the landing of the triple axel as we see the hands of Brian Orser, his coach, in the back of shot, lift up in applause. Now here, this could be costly. The triple toe, it's almost a downgrade. A lot of the rotation there left on the ice, and that's why he will struggle to post as big a score as he did 3 weeks ago in France at the Grand Prix de France, when he led the field with an 88.12. And ultimately, whilst his components have improved, still the depth of the edge and the softness of the knees and the ankles are vastly different to that of the skaters from China who have already competed. But when your coach, who has been responsible for so many successes, is applauding as effusively as Brian Orser was for that, it's a satisfactory day. And after the short program in France, Brian Orser, to the right of our shot, said welcome back, as he and the coaching staff that he works with, including Tracy Wilson, do all they can to elevate Boyang Jin back to that class that he had at best when he was fighting for ISU medals.
Yeah.
Jin Boyang has earned 83.66 points to finish the program. He's currently in first.
So 83.66, and that, as he leads the field, confirmation that the skaters and the coaches will be able to ascertain fairly quickly what their performance was worthy of. And now to Deniss Vasilevs, the Latvian skater who was 5th at Skate America. And he has said that this season he is trusting himself more and more and taking on an increasing responsibility for his own coaching as he skates to Helix by Justice. Oh, single Sako. Ashamed to start that way, because this level of speed and flow and glide is immeasurably better than the others that we've seen. And whilst lots of height on the triple H triple toe, not a long enough running edge for a good creative execution. Latvia's Deniss Vasilevs. Again, although not as popular here as Boyang Jin, so popular in the skating community. Skates with a real sense of heart, soul, and passion in his performances. But as has too often been the case, the jumping passes prevent Dennis's talent from being matched up with scores on the board and results. That opening quad sako turning into a single. In an event where we have seen every other competitor successful with the quads. Tricky. Undoubtedly the highest components, his skating skills pushing into the eights as we look back at the triple lutz. So much length on that first jumping pass. But here, the lack of landing edge. This allows the judges from going up in the grade of execution. The takeoff and the fundamental technique, good. Just a sense of tightness perhaps. As we get a chance to look at the rotations on the ice, and he has some of the best spins, but Deniss has acknowledged that he struggled with the changes in criteria this year. And like so many others, acknowledging that it's been difficult to get the level required based on the criteria necessary, but also push that grade of execution. And even on his trademark sit behind spin here, you can see the left foot traveling across the ice in relation to the boards behind him. And that's on the judge's reduction for errors chart. So where he has previously amassed a big boost in the grades of execution of his spins over others, hasn't been able to rely on that quite as readily as we've seen from him in the past. Stéphane Lambiel joins him in the kiss and cry.
Joyeux anniversaire, Ghislain.
Oh, happy birthday to Ghislain, one of the coaches in Champéry. As we see a 75.75 for Deniss. And that moves Deniss into fourth of the 5 skaters, just 5 in that first group following that withdrawal of Wesley Chu. And again, all our very best wishes to Wesley, so that he can hopefully recover in time to compete again at the Canadian Nationals in January. As we look to the final 6-man with Siao Him Fa, the final man to enthusiastically jump onto the ice to be introduced to the arena at the Hyungyeom Culture and Sports Center in Chongqing. Nikolaj Memola will open the group. And then to Kazakhstan's Mikhail Shaidorov. Georgia's Nika Egadze. And then to Italy's Matteo Rizzo. Shun Sato, the second to last to skate. And then the Grand Prix de France winner, Siao Him Fa. The first skater in this group, Nikolaj Memola, he turned 21 last Monday. And in that very tumultuous event at the Grand Prix de France, Nikolaj actually was second in the free skate at that competition. 6th overall because of the struggles that he had in the short program. So hoping to put together 2 solid performances in Chongqing. And then to the history maker, Mikhail Shaidorov from Kazakhstan. Just incredible achievement that he delivered in France when he landed the first ever triple axel quad toe, the first skater to land a quadruple jump as the second part of a jump combination, and he did it so effortlessly that the technical panel initially put it in as a triple, and I had to second guess it, but it wasn't until we saw it on the replay that we were made aware of the amazing achievement he delivered. As we look to Georgia's Nika Egadze, the 22-year-old who was fourth at Skate America. In Skate America, he had personal bests in his short program and his free skate. That now 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks more training time, 5 weeks more stamina build up, potentially and hopefully 5 more weeks to improve upon those personal best scores. And every week is pivotal really for Matteo Rizzo as he continues to recover from injury. He had surgery in January. He, somewhat similar to Nikolaj Memola, the fellow Italian man, is so supported by the Italian Federation to ensure the recovery from injury. The Italians, I'm sure, very acutely aware of the need to look after the athletes in the midst of the Olympic cycle that culminates in their home country. And then to Shun Sato, silver at Skate Canada in Halifax for Shun Sato. And at that event, Shun was just explaining that he found the size of the rink in Halifax a problem. The NHL size ice rink there, 4 meters shorter and 4 meters narrower than this Olympic size ice rink in Chongqing, where we have the size of ice for Olympic competition that most of the athletes will train in. And we expect that Shun Sato, based on form, is likely to join Adam Siao Him Fa in booking the last couple of spots at the Grand Prix final. Adam now has the unique stat of being the first skater to win a Grand Prix after finishing 8th in the first portion of the competition. And on this occasion, Adam will perform a different short program. He and his coach choreographer Benoit Rizzo creating 2 pieces for this season, for which he can choose a different style entirely for the performance for Adam in Chongqing. See Shun Sato delivering quadruple jumps with the highest base value. He likely to have the highest planned program content difficulty of all the men. So we see Matteo looking comfortable with the triple axel. He is not likely to include some of the difficulty that he's had in the past. Remember, surgery in January. And so thus, with a view to competing at his very best come early 2026, being mindful not to rush things too much with the return of the quadruple jumps, risk of returning the injury. The fall for Shaidorov, he had demonstrated some real consistency prior to his first Grand Prix assignment. He won the Deniss 10 Memorial Challenge, one of the International Skating Union's Challenger Series events. It'll be interesting to see how Mikhail approaches this event based on the amazing achievement he did technically in his performance in France, but it didn't help him to secure a medal. So since then we've seen he's been working with some off-ice choreographers to mindfulness to push those program components. And as we head into the closing seconds, just chance to confirm the standings within the Grand Prix thus far. Ilya Malinin leads the Grand Prix of figure skating in the men's event. He winner in USA and in Canada. And then Yuma Kageyama, who's won the last two assignments, the NHK Trophy and Finlandia, is Adam Siao Him Fa now the next man to take 2 titles this season.
Representing Italy, Nikolaj Memola.
And now to the first of the 2 Italian men competing in Chongqing, Nikolaj Memola. And he, somewhat as course of habit, walking through the jumps before he assumes his start position to the music Mission Impossible by Hans Zimmer. Steps out of quad lutz. Just beautiful running edge on the landing of his triple axel. Double toe. The 21-year-old from Monza, Nikolaj Memola, completes his short program. And although far from perfect, this is much better than he had at the Grand Prix de France, where he had no value in the flying sit spin, losing his spin entirely, and no quad jump on that occasion. So managing to rotate the opening quad lutz as he heads towards his mother, who he has continued to express his greatest gratitude to in helping him push through the injury. He broke his ankle and he tore ligaments in Toronto when he was out there in the off-season. And this, an insight into the choreography. As we look back at the quad lutz, he does slip and pre-rotate quite a lot, and there's a bit of an under-rotation there, so not optimal. However, this triple axel, the judges have criteria pertaining to good takeoff and landing, and the landing showcased there by Nikolaj, top quality. here, again, really slipping. It's meant to be a toe-assisted takeoff on the Lutz, but a lot of the blade goes down into the ice for Nikolaj on the takeoff there. So really the creative execution, even when a good landing doesn't fulfill the criteria of good takeoff. But there's presentation investment as Barbara Pusarpoli, the coach of the leaders in the ice dance event, has taken a little wardrobe change to join her choreography student and friend Nikolaj Memola and Olga Romanova. Nikolaj explaining that Barbara has known him since birth, and she seems much calmer on this occasion than when we last saw them at the Grand Prix, when he'd made mistakes on the elementary element of the flying sit spin. So it was a 68.71 at the Grand Prix de France for Nikolaj. And interestingly, I'm getting some feedback from the technical panel suggesting it won't be too dissimilar on this occasion, even with the spin. And actually, some issues with the change foot combo spin will make sense when he sees that of the 68.87. Triple axel label, Barbara says, but maybe just ascertaining the reason behind that score. As we look ahead to Mikhail Shaidorov. He is a history maker now with what he achieved and showcased in France. And Mikhail skates to the soundtrack from Dune for his short program. Quad Lutz triple toe. .5 points secured for Mikhail with that first element. Quad toe from that impossibly difficult entry, and now chance to showcase the work that he's done on the choreography. Mikhail Shaidorov laying a short program down that will be hard to beat. He has just delivered a performance that will definitely put himself in medal contention. Disappointment for this athlete when he competed in France. He fell on the opening quad lutz in an uncharacteristic fashion. He had showcased online on his social media and at the Deniss 10 Memorial that he was delivering some consistency that would be very competitive with the world's best. And then that first Grand Prix assignment just seemed deflating, not just because he had a bad short program, but then the amazing achievement that he delivered on the triple axel quad toe didn't give him ultimately a huge result. This performance, though, was a much greater package, both of his technical prowess with the quad lutz triple toe and the second quad toe, but also the program component scores as his choreographer, Ivan Regini, joins him ringside. Here's the lutz, and fascinatingly, I mean, the rotational position is wondrous. But here, on the triple toe, he has to bail early on the rotation, unlike others do, because he can do 4 rotations on the second part of a jump. This quad toe, again, the cleanliness and tightness of his rotational position, backed up by a really open-chested, good extended landing position. So the strength that he demonstrates in jumping is balanced with a nice aesthetic on the landings to satisfy the judges' grade of execution. So in France, he was 6th in the short program with a 79.89. And that as a result of the mistake on the opening quad lutz. Now, can he get closer to the huge 95-point score that he posted en route to winning the Deniss 10 Memorial in his home nation as Ivan Regini joins him?
The scores, please. Mikhail Shaidorov has earned in the short program 92.
So it's a 93.21 for Mikhail Shaidorov, who comfortably, by 10 points, leads Boyang Jin at this stage.
Representing Georgia, Nika Egadze.
And now to the 22-year-old Georgian skater, Nika Egadze. He said he loves this short program music and he acknowledges that it is depressing, but tries to showcase that within his presentation to secure big component scores.
Je suis pas tout seul à être tout seul, ça fait déjà ça de moins dans la tête. Et si je comptais combien on est? Beaucoup, tout ce à quoi j'ai déjà pensé, dire que plein d'autres y ont déjà pensé, mais malgré tout, je me sens tout seul.
Very easy looking quad salto triple toe.
J'ai parfois eu des pensées suicidaires et j'en suis peu fier. On croit parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire taire. Ces pensées qui nous font vivre un enfer. Ces pensées qui
Amazing that he managed the landing of the quad toe, having been off axis in the air.
Est-ce qu'il y a que moi qui ai la télé et la chaîne culpabilité? Mais faut bien changer les idées. Pas trop quand même, sinon ça repart vite dans la tête. Et c'est trop tard pour que ça s'arrête. C'est là que j'aimerais tout oublier. Du coup,
barely any visible back edge preparation to the triple axel.
on croit parfois que c'est la seule manière de les faire taire. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer. Ces pensées qui me font vivre un enfer. Réfléchir et je sais vraiment pas quoi faire de toi. Justement réfléchir, c'est bien le problème avec toi.
Georgia's Nika Egadze shrugs his head a little bit insofar as the triple axel landing was a little tight. However, another clean skate, and as I'm reluctant to acknowledge it too early before the competition is over, but having seen so many men's events where there has been inconsistency, they meant delivering in Chongqing at the Huaxi Culture and Sports Center. Although Nika, despite the clean performance, looks a little dismissive of what was delivered. And Nika has demonstrated some consistency. He was clean at Skate America. He did the same at the Deniss Vasilevs and at World Championships. So we're used to seeing him delivering, as we see him do so easily on the quad sacco triple toe. So we see the butterfly entry, that one feature, change of position into the camel up position, another feature, but not the finesse and refinement that we've seen from some others in the position as we see the triple axel. Has to scramble to stay on his feet. So the triple axel loses over a point because of that. And that may be why he's not going to be in the 90-point margin, despite doing that regularly and repeatedly of late. World Championships had a 92. So we see that cross foot spin coming in at level 4 for the final element. Coach Eteri Tupritsa joins him in the kiss and cry. Her daughter Diana Davis competing earlier for Georgia in the ice dance competition.
The scores, please. Nika Egadze has earned 87.73 points.
So it's an 87.73 for Nika. And he slots in between China's Boyang Jin and Mikhail Shaidorov, with 3 more performances. And now to the second of the Italian men competing, Matteo Rizzo. Since the NHK Trophy, he stayed in Japan, trained at the Kinoshita Academy. He's been vocal about how he's working very hard to get back to his highest level following the surgery that he had earlier this year. Quad loop for Matteo. followed up by a very soft triple lutz, triple toe. Good triple axel with an extra 2 points in the grade of execution based on that quality. His father encourages him ringside. Well, Father Walter Rizzo is happy as Matteo Rizzo continues to push back to his best form. When he competed a couple of weeks ago in Tokyo, he fell on the opening quad loop. I think it will still be under-rotated here, but obviously much better to succeed without a fall. And this, his continued journey back to good health. He spent a couple of months rehabbing at the Institute of Medicine and Sports Science and at the Olympic Training Centre in Italy. And it looks like he's been resolutely committed to the necessary rehab to get back to form. And Matteo's vocal about his passion for components as we see the quad loop, which I think has a slight two-footed landing as well, so negative grade of execution there. No such issue for the triple lutz, triple toe. Lovely draw back in the landing of the second jump. But Matteo has been commenting on his passion for creating memorable programs as we see the triple axel. And he wants to be emotive rather than with abundant quads necessarily. He suggests that that's what we remember as fans of the sport, not the incredible technical feats, but those programs that move us. And it's wonderful to hear Matteo be so vocal and open and honest about that's his focus. Of course, he's conscious of the fact that he will need more technical difficulty if he is to consider challenging for a podium at IC Championships. But good to hear him sticking to his passion.
Ciao a tutti a casa, Ice Lab, Fiamme Azzurre, tutti quanti. Ciao Italia.
Saying hi to the Ice Lab in Bergamo where he trains.
Matteo Rizzo has earned in the short program 84.92 points, a new season's best. He's currently in...
And it's an 84.92, higher components than Mikhail Shaidorov, who leads the field. But when the technical score and the program component scores are combined, Matteo moves into third place. So now to Japan's Shun Sato, silver at Skate Canada. And he has referenced already the significance of this as the pre-Olympic season. Wants to not only skate cleanly and contend for the title, but put himself in contention to become an Olympian in 2026. Wonderful quadlets to open the program. This level of speed creating the best skating skills so far of the competition. With a quad toe, triple toe. First difficult blade feature that we've seen in this event, using the heel to up the level. Well, totally deserved celebration for Shun Sato of Japan. And could this performance be the first time that Shun Sato joins an illustrious group of men in crossing the 100-point marker in a short program? Just a wonderful example of good jump technique, and then a mindfulness of the program component scores as well. This a former junior world record holder who's eager obviously to push himself up in the mix as being a front runner in the men's event. He's recognized and acknowledged in Japan as a potential star. Since kind of having to wait your turn when there are so many brilliant men above you, can this be the standout performance at this event? Quad loops to open. Quad toe. Again, the judging criteria says effortless is a positive feature. That quad toe, triple toe absolutely looked effortless. And there's the relatively early checkout time for the landing of the triple axel that again gives that feeling of ease and comfort, which pushes the grades of execution up. And the camera angles here offering us a chance just to see a little bit of travel on the spin. Just negative repercussions on the GOE of those elements, but that finish helping us to appreciate his composition and presentation as well. We've seen the score hover around the 100-point marker, as has so often been the case for the skater. He's had 99.20 at the Four Continent Championships earlier this year. He's had a 98.39 at the Lombardia Trophy. He's had a 96 at Skate Canada. He's desperately hoping, I'm sure.
Sato Shun has earned 98 in the short program, a new season's best. He's currently
98.75 for Shun Sato. Consistent, if nothing else, at delivering brilliant scores. But I assume the celebration would have been much more joyful and jubilant had he done what he so aspired to do in crossing 100 points. And so now to the final competitor in the men's short program at the Cup of China 2024, Adam Siao Him Fa. A completely different program, different music, different costume than we saw in Angers. That was always the plan. He and the team have pushed boundaries in the past, having backflips included and legalized now. Now, the concept of different performances at different events for Adam. Adam lands the quadlets triple toe as the vocal kicks in.
Pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS d'un terrien en détresse. J'ai jamais eu les pieds sur terre.
Slipped a little bit on the takeoff and off axis throughout the quadruple toe loop.
J'ai toujours confondu la vie avec les bandes dessinées. J'ai comme des envies de métamorphose. Je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, qui m'attire, qui m'attire vers le haut.
And lands the triple axel at this Grand Prix.
De l'univers, j'ai pas tiré mon numéro. Je suis mal dans ma peau. Et j'ai pas envie d'être un robot, mais trop boulot dodo. Je voudrais voir le monde à l'envers.
And on the lyrics, seeing the world upside down, his backflip.
Dodo l'enfant.
Great speed to achieve the 8 rotations as a feature within the change set spin. The 23-year-old born in Bordeaux, Adam Siao Him Fa, representing France. So, not perfect, but a big step forward technically from what happened in Angers in his home Grand Prix when he had 2 falls and lost one of the spins entirely. So despite the mistake on that quad toe, Adam continues as he recovers from the injury that ruled him out for 6 weeks in the off-season to push closer to being one of the leaders in the world. Last season, he just made those huge strides forward that had him, in many eyes, the favourite for the world title heading into Montreal. Perhaps this later start to the season will pay off as he continues towards Boston 2025. Wonderful outside edge on takeoff of the quad lutz and indisputably backwards. Not as much running edge as maybe the likes of Yuma Kageyama's quads, but you can see here it was impressive that he stuck through to the quad toe after the slip-on takeoff when his weight was outside. You can see the reaction by Cedric and Benoit. But Wei had the mistake on the triple axel previously, no such issue here today. And as we've mentioned so many times, Adam Siao Him Fa is largely responsible for the legalization of that move in our sport now. And with that novelty now gone, Adam debated the inclusion of it, but the French lyrics envers on point, making that choreographically fitting into the composition of the program. So judges' composition component, well, particularly if they understand the French lyrics, should be bolstered by the backflip there.
Adam Siao Him Fa has earned in the short program 91.22.
Sits at 91.22 for Adam Siao Him Fa. He finds himself in third place, 5 places higher than he was a few weeks ago en route to winning the title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the men's short program. Our next competition features the pairs short program and will start.
So their confirmation that Shun Sato, with a time violation, for which we'll find out a little bit more details, still doesn't manage to cross 100 points, but leads by 5.5 points ahead of the rest of the field, with Mikhail Shaidorov, the triple axel quad toe skater, responsible for history-making combination, in second place. They're further down the standings with Hyungyeom Kim in 11th, and Wesley Chu's sad withdrawal. Let me just send a huge shout out again to Wesley and his support team in helping him to move on from the disappointing injury that he incurred in practice yesterday. So we are 3/4 of the way through the first day of competition in Chongqing, China, at the Cup of China 2024. This is the final stage of the International Skating Union's Grand Prix Series, which will decide the top 6 in each discipline that move forward to Grenoble, France for the final in 2 weeks' time. We look ahead shortly to the pairs short program. We will see a battle likely to be between the Germans of Minerva Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin, and Italy's Sara Conti and Niccolò Macci. So far today, success has been largely for Japanese skaters, with Mona Chiba winning the women's short program and Shun Sato from Japan convincingly winning the men's event after the first day of competition. Tomorrow we will be treated to seeing the free skates from both of those disciplines alongside the free dance competition, and then finally on Sunday the gala exhibition. Delight for many fans to see a chance for the skaters to perform without the pressure of competition. As we look back at the top 3 performances in the men's short program, Adam Siao Him Fa 91.22, some near 17 points higher than he achieved in Angers in his short program there. But Mikhail Shaidorov is the skater in second place, perhaps a surprise to see him to some, having finished 4th in his first Grand Prix, but that quad lutz triple toe, the triple axel and the quad toe in his short program today helped him to move above former European champion, or reigning European champion Adam Siao Him Fa. Remains to be seen if we'll see that amazing combination from him in the free skate tomorrow. But the track ladies in lavender was the soundtrack for the leader, Shun Sato from Japan. And he deservedly leads the other 10 men after his short program performance. And making his campaign for participation at the final all the more likely. So the Zamboni clears the ice in anticipation of the pairs short program. So we congratulate all of the men, the women and the dancers for the start to their campaigns, and we look forward to watching and celebrating the 8 pairs coming up in the pairs short program next.